Well, hello, and thank you for joining us again today. I have a very special guest. It is, of course, Lila-Ann Gray, also known as Granny Lila, and she is the author of, almost 20 books?
Yes, 18 children's books.
18 children's books, and you've also written...
Two spiritual books,
and I have actually one of them right here. Lila, I was super interested to talk to you today because you didn't actually become a children's author or an author at all, did you? Until quite a bit later in life.
Yeah, that's right, in my early 70s.
In your early 70s, which is quite incredible, isn't it?
Well, it is, yes.
Because there's quite a common, I'm going to call it misconception amongst people that once you get to 35 or 40, you're old. Not even logical. You're old and you can't, and that's it. You're too old to do something. People think it, 50, whatever. People think they're too old.
Yes.
Can we talk about that?
Yes, sure. I can't bear that. I find people put you in a box. Society puts you in a box.
Yes, they do.
They say, you get to a certain age, you can't do this, you can't do that. My response to that is, watch me. Because I will not be put in a box.
No.
I will not be quiet anymore.
No.
I spent my entire life, to be honest, being told I couldn't do that. I couldn't do this, couldn't do that. I wasn't worthy. Any ideas I had... Don't be so stupid. All the put downs, and you get a lifetime of that, and you actually take it on board and believe it. And then something happened to me. I had a bit of a freak accident, and it changed my life. I was 70. What happened to me was that I ended up on crutches for 9 months.
Wow.
And I thought my life was over. I thought this is going to be me now. And somebody in their kind-heartedness helped me across the road. And that for me was the end. And I thought, I'm not having this. I can't go on like this. Anyway, somebody reached out to me and she was a life coach. And she saved my life, to be honest with you. And she coached me into mindfulness, well-being, spirituality. I'd always had a spiritual side, but I was always looking in the wrong places. And suddenly I realised that there was more to me than actually met the eyes. And she said to me in one of our sessions, do you have a dream? And I thought, yes, I do, but, it'll never come. Straight away, the negative, it'll never come to pass. And she said, well, tell me about the dream. Let's take it from there. So I said, well, I've always wanted to be a children's author. I love children. I live in my imagination. I had just had my first great-grandchild. Great-grandchild.
Oh, wow.
Who is now 7. And she and I, when she was about 2, she was taking a lot of interest. So, of course, I was able to, we went on adventures. And a lot of my books that I've written, The Magical Adventures with Granny, have been based on things that have actually happened to us. And, of course, living in my imagination is a wonderful place to be. And I highly recommend it.
Yes.
And so she said to me, well, write a story. So I did. And she said, well, I know somebody who is a publisher and I'm going to send it to him. And she did. And he loved it.
Yeah.
And that was the start of my writing career.
That was. Can I take you back to that? You said something that really caught my interest, which was you were on crutches and someone helped you across the road and you decided that was it. Well, what was, so that's seems like quite an insignificant moment, someone helping you across the road on crutches. What about that?
Well,
was meaningful to you?
It was so meaningful to me because, first of all, I was in so much pain. For those 9 months, it was horrendous. And I thought I was never going to get better. But honestly, the mind is extremely powerful. So that's another side of the story. But when this dear soul helped me across the road, I thought, I'm not an old person and I might be in pain and I might be on crutches, but I can do this.
Oh, I see.
And it was that fighting spirit that suddenly came to me.
Yeah.
I thought, I don't need help, not in any way, shape or form. I can do it. And something triggered inside of me. I'm not going to be on crutches for the rest of my life. I'm not going to need helping across the road. When I was in my 30s, I had 2 very bad accidents on my back, and I was told I would end up in a wheelchair.
Wow.
And I said, no, I won't. And I won't, and I won't. I just won't.
Just the power of the mind.
Power of the mind is incredible.
Belief in yourself.
Total belief in yourself, which is something all my life I never had.
Well, that's really interesting, isn't it? Because there were these moments where you were right down, where you were physically right down.
Yes.
And it was being physically right down made you go, no.
Yes.
But am I correct? Because I got the impression that from what you said, that when you were emotionally down or mentally put down, that wasn't enough to spur you on, but it was the physicality. Is that right?
Yes. Do you know what? I haven't really thought of it like that. But yes, you're right. Because emotionally, abuse, yes, a lot of it throughout my life.
Yeah.
But the physical, once my body was giving in, that was it for me. Oh no, I'm not having this. And as soon as I was able to understand that my mind was really powerful and that I didn't have to give in to it. I mean, I am so healthy now. Thank you very much. I am. And I mean, yes, okay, so I do get pain, blah, blah. But I don't talk about it. I don't have any reason. I mean, I don't.
You don't dwell on it?
No, I don't even think about it. If I've got a pain, no, that's in. Absolutely no, I'm not having that. And I usually say to myself, I don't accept that. Yeah. And I think of something else. Yeah. I mean, fortunately for me, it works.
Yes.
We're all different, but this is what works for me.
That's what works for you. And it's been really working for you.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm so interested. I wonder what it is about the physicality that you're so connected to. Were you quite a physical child? I mean, children are physical, but do you think that this is where you sort of said that your power is in your self-belief, but it sounds like your power comes from a really physical place.
I think it does. All through my life, childhood, marriages, etc., always the put down, you're not good enough, you're not worthy, you can't do that, oh, nobody wants to be your friend, you're stupid, all the rest of it. So I was used to that.
Wow.
So I just took that on board, and that was how I lived my life.
And who was doing that? Can you talk about that?
My parents, bless their hearts, they were very busy. They owned a hotel. They were older, so I was in the way. So, that was that. And then marriages, I was needy. I was looking for love because I was desperate to be seen and to be loved. And I always felt that just to have a happy marriage and children would be the making of me, because I hadn't experienced that as a child.
Oh, I see.
And that was such a bad move, because I became abused.
Because you know, I was going to do this later, but in your book here, Comfort for Your Heart. I'm going to read a little passage out that I bookmarked. Okay. Funnily enough. And it is this: if you fill your heart with love, it can first flow out to you in self-love. Then there will be plenty it's quite emotional, isn't it?
Yep.
Then there will be plenty to overflow out to others. Sometimes we have to begin with ourselves.
Yes.
And you've kind of just, you were looking for love from others.
Yes.
But as soon as you actually really looked within yourself...
Yes.
It sounds cliched, but it's not, is it?
No. I mean, I didn't know I could love myself because I felt that I was not worthy of love. And that sounds all very, but that's how it was. That really was how it was. And once I found I actually liked myself, which I only found after the accident and the having somebody to guide me and talk me through things, I discovered a person that I actually was a person that, do you know what? I wasn't that bad. Actually, I've come through a lot. Yeah, do you know what? I'm quite strong. Yeah, because I always think that I have, throughout my life, they've tried to break me. Whoever they are, they've tried to break me, and they have not succeeded.
No.
And I will not be broken. And one of my favourite things is that I feel like, you know, when they say you can rise up out of the ashes like a phoenix.
Yes.
That's me.
You are
That's
like a
me.
phoenix. You know, you're full of colour. Even your hair is like flames. You're like coming out of a phoenix. Should we talk about your books? You've got your list
I've
here.
got my little list.
It's got a list.
So many I can't remember.
Shall we put your list on the counter? Let's get the list going.
Okay.
Okay. So tell me what's on your list.
Right. Well, when I first started to write, was October the 21st was when my October 2021 was when my first book came out, The Lonely Christmas Tree, and it became a #1 bestseller on Amazon.
Wow.
I wrote that within half an hour. I woke up one morning and I knew inside, because I get these feelings, and I knew I had to write. So I didn't even have my first cup of tea. So I just wrote it. And then, of course, you know, you have to edit it and do the illustrations. And you see, it was having somebody believe in me, because not only did Tracy, my life coach,
yeah,
believe in me, but then the publisher believed in me, because she said, I'm sending this story to him, and I didn't hear from him for 2 weeks. And I thought, oh, it was obviously rubbish, no good, you know, the normal put downs, negativity, blah, blah. And he'd forgotten to push the send button.
Oh,
he had sent me an email because she bullied me into phoning him and seeing why he hadn't spoken to me. She did bully me because I didn't want to. I thought, no, he doesn't want me. It's all right. I don't need to be told. Yeah. And he said, Lila, I'm so sorry. I obviously didn't send the email to you. He said, I want to be your publisher. You are incredibly talented. Now, I had never heard anybody say something like that to me before.
What did that do for you?
Wow, I cried.
You cried. How did it feel? What were you crying for?
Oh, I was crying for all the years that I'd been put down. For all the years that one could say had been wasted, but they're not wasted, because they've all been lessons that I've learnt. And I've come out stronger and stronger. And I've come out fighting every time. And now, well, I'm on my 18th. My 18th children's book is coming out on the 28th of February. So that was the first one, and then it just carried on.
Can we hold there for a second, because you've said a couple of things that I really want to hold on to. I think the first thing that I'm really interested in is you said you have these visions, but I know what you mean, because I have these as well. Things come to me, yeah. and you simply have to act. So I want you to describe that first of all. And I think there's a lot of, everybody, people, but I think especially women can relate to what you've said. And I would like you to, I'd love it if you could sort of give, I think I'm looking for the little nugget that people have to clutch at. So first of all, we'll come back to that. But first of all, describe to me that day, that morning you woke up and I have to write. Had that happened to you before?
Never.
And what happened? Describe it.
I just had this feeling inside somebody. Okay, to me, I believe very much in angels. I'm an angel channeler.
Right.
And I believe it was from the angels prompting me to get pencil and paper and to write the story. Because when I write my stories, every story that I write, I'm actually in it. I'm actually part of that story.
Because you're Granny Lila.
Yes and no.
Oh, okay.
Yes and no.
Yeah.
I mean, my granddaughter came up with the term Granny Lila's children's books, which I absolutely love. But for me, it's just, I don't know. I just got this feeling I had to do it. I live in the books. Every children's book that I've written has a little little lesson for a child.
Oh.
The Little Anxious Unicorn. That was about a little unicorn that was different, and it was in the woods, and of course a unicorn has a horn in its head, and a normal horse wouldn't. So the animals didn't like her because she was different. They'd never seen a unicorn before, so she would disappear when somebody was unkind. So to me, my book was to help children understand it doesn't matter to be different. In actual fact, it's rather cool.
Did you feel different?
Yes. Yeah. And it was, but the next one, Scarecrow's Secret, that became a #1 bestseller. And that was about a scarecrow who could sing. But he didn't know that he was really good enough to sing to other people. And so he never tried. And it was only when the animals in the field heard him singing one night that they came and they said to him, "You've got a most wonderful voice, you need to sing." So another lesson here is, you don't know what you can do until you try. And that is one of my biggest things. I didn't know I could be an author. I didn't know I could even write spiritual books. Quotes, I mean, where would those come from? So, yeah, and to do all the things that I do now, it is amazing.
Did you have, were you spiritual before? Because can we talk... So I believe you were part of the Jehovah's Witnesses, is that correct?
That's correct, yes.
Can you talk to us about that time?
Yes. Okay. So I never want to put anybody or anything down. So what I'm saying is I'm speaking from my own personal experience, and I was brainwashed. Let's put it this way, 20 years, I thought it was all very natural and lovely and promises of living on a paradise earth, etc. But you're not allowed to dig underneath all that. When you do eventually dig, which you can only do when you leave, and discover what it's all really about, for me, it was a no-no. I was very put down. Women are definitely second best to a man. Whatever the man wants, says and does, goes. End of story. Of course, when I divorced my husband, who was in it, I became a prime target.
Wow.
My son came in it with me. He became a prime target. I escaped. I went through hell to escape it and to get out. I'm shunned to this day, and if you can tell me that that is from a loving God, then I would question that. They don't speak to you. Families that have been a part of your life suddenly turn their back on you as if you are a piece of dirt.
Wow.
For me, that was really bad, and I am just so glad I'm out of it. My son is out of it. It almost destroyed my family life.
Wow.
But I rejoice in the fact I'm out and I'm free. Before that, I was a born-again Christian. I mean, now I always say I am spiritual. I'm not religious, because to me, what I have in my heart and my soul is I know that there is, for me personally, a creator, a wonderful divine energy, angelic forces watching over me, and I love who I have discovered I am now. And this is the real me. This is the true me. What I went through before is just nothing. I've learnt so many lessons. And I'm one of these people, if I don't learn a lesson, I have to learn it the hard way. Then I've learnt it. So it takes me a little while for the penny to drop. When it does drop, it drops properly.
There's something called, there's a theory called post-traumatic growth. And post-traumatic growth, so people go through a traumatic experience, and some people really find this really hard, and they get post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD.
Yes.
A lot of people just kind of this happens to them, and then they're able to carry on. It's difficult. They're able to sort of carry on. Some people actually come out of trauma and grow, and some of the things that you need in order to do that are faith, hope, gratitude.
Mm-hmm.
Are these all things that kind of resonate with you?
Absolutely, 100%. Yes.
I'm going to put a link to some research on post-traumatic growth at the end in the notes for the the podcast. But it's really, really interesting, and it sounds like you've had this you call it like being a phoenix. It's like this kind of sort of growth out of actually a series of traumatic events.
Yes.
A series of traumatic events
Throughout my life, yeah.
Yeah. So I want to go back to that idea about any women. And it doesn't have to be women. It can be anyone.
Yes.
Men can be in abusive and terrible situations as well, just as easily. What's that nugget? What's the nugget they're looking for? That little thing, that spark. What to get out of that?
Okay. I think for myself, it was the realization that I was actually. That I actually was a person, that I was entitled to an opinion. I think that for me was the light bulb moment. Hey, Lila, you actually can have an opinion, because always throughout my life, my childhood, my marriages, my religious experiences, you don't have an opinion.
Gosh.
I mean, you just, if I had turned around and said to somebody, well, the leaf on that is green. No, it's not. What are you talking about? It's a different, it's turquoise or something. My opinion never counted. And it was when I discovered that, hey, hang on a darn minute here. I've got an opinion, and my opinion is just as good as anybody else. And it's so interesting, because that's when friends start falling away.
Wow, yeah.
Because you're no longer... manageable. You've suddenly got this opinion.
You're no longer a supplicant to the way of the way things are supposed to be according to that friendship group. Did you find that you had to you sort of changed friends entirely?
A lot of my friends, bless their hearts, have been with me for donkey's years. I've known many of them for 50 odd years. But you have a few that, can't quite go with the flow of, she's different, things like that. It's just the way people are. We're all funny creatures, and we all have our own ways of dealing with things. But for me, no, this is me now. So
in the process of writing your children's books, and actually, by the way, I'm going to read out to where people can... you can read it if you want, your details, where people can buy your books.
Okay. Well, you can purchase the books from me via my website, which is www.grannylilaschildrensbooks.co.uk. I'm on Facebook as Granny Lila's Children's Books, also as Lila-Ann Gray author. I'm on Instagram, Granny Lila's Children's Books, but for the spiritual side, do you want me to say that?
Yeah.
You can contact me via email, which is Lila-Ann Spiritual Coach. I always get these two muddled at gmail.com.
I'll tell you what, we'll put all of that in the notes as well.
Yeah.
Now tell me, in the process of writing, have you had any challenges that you've had to overcome?
Oh, yes.
Oh, what kind of challenges have you had?
Okay, well, a few. But one of them was quite sort of mind-blowing, really. I wrote a story. It was my third magical adventure with Granny, called The Bumblebees.
Yeah.
So everything's going ahead for it to be published, and then I get a message from Amazon: we can't publish your book, copyright. The Bumblebees. Now, I think the company was called Haribo. They were a huge, big, multi-million-dollar company in America. Well, they've got the copyright on the word bumblebee.
Oh, right.
Okay.
I was wondering what this problem was going to be. I didn't foresee it.
Yeah.
Go on.
So it took a lot of emails and a lot of talking.
Wow.
And I had to point out to these clever people that my book wasn't called The Bumblebee, it was called The Bumblebees with an S, so they didn't have the copyright.
No.
So that all was fine.
Wow.
But that was a challenge because it got me. I mean, I'm thinking, oh my goodness, can they sue me?
Yeah.
All this sort of thing. Anyway, my granddaughter, Yasmin, she turned around and she said, you know what, Gran? She said, good on you. There's a multi-million-dollar company in America that is not going to mess with Granny Lila again. And I loved that.
And what about the process of writing? Do you ever get writer's block?
No.
Oh, you don't? Oh, that's amazing.
No.
What do you put that down to?
Angelic guidance.
Angelic guidance. Can you describe that? Because some people won't believe in angels. So what about that? What advice can people take from that if they don't believe in angels?
Okay. Well, trust, really.
Trust.
I mean, every writer has a different way of writing. And I am very, I guess, quite unique in my way of writing. Like I work as a volunteer for St Mary's House and Gardens in Bramber, and I've written two children's books, incorporating them. And I'm going to do a third and final one this year, and I haven't got a clue what it's going to be called. I haven't got a clue really what it's about, although ideas are coming to me. This is how I operate. I just say to the angels, well, you want me to write this book? I know. I don't know. You just know.
Do you know what? I do know what you mean. I mean, I don't talk to angels as such, but I do know. Yes, I think to myself, well, it's just going to happen.
Yes.
Or let's say I step up on stage or something, and I know I have to do something. I think, well, it's okay. Just trust in yourself. It's just going to happen.
Yes, because I mean, like when I do my angel card readings and things like that, or even writing the spiritual books, I get a feeling, and this might sound completely bonkers, and I'm sorry if it does,
Not to
but
me.
It happens to me. I get this feeling come over me, and I know they're there with me.
Oh, wow.
I've sat in a coffee shop with a friend who was in need, and what they'll do is they'll sometimes give me a message for that person, and I saw the angels sitting, and I knew that there was one behind me, and I saw the one behind her, and they engulfed us in their wings and their arms. And I just felt them.
Yeah.
And I knew, and they gave me a message for her, which really helped her. And I get that a lot, and I just love it.
That's amazing.
And it can be quite random sometimes and scary.
Right.
Because I have been told, I've been in a coffee shop. I go in coffee shops a lot. But I've been in a coffee shop and they've said to me, you need to tell that person something.
Have you done that?
Yes.
What did they say?
Okay. Well, they said to me,
The angels.
that person, yes, needs you to speak to them.
Right.
And I then have an argument with them. I can't do that. That would be... She'll get the police on me. I'm not doing it. And I was with a friend who has no thought of feeling about angels or anything, or taboo. I thought, I can't do it. Well, they said, yes, you can and you will and you must. And I knew that if I didn't, I would have no peace for the rest of that day. I knew it. I didn't know what I was going to say. I didn't know why I had to say it. And as we got up to go, I just said to my friend, I just need to speak to this lady quickly. And I went over to her, honestly. Oh, and I just touched her on the arm. And I knew, I had that feeling.
Wow.
And I said to her, the angels just want you to know, and please don't think that I'm being mad, but the angels just want you to know that everything is going to be okay for you and it's going to be all right. And she looked at me with tears in her eyes and she said, thank you. I needed that. And I went.
It's incredible. A lady came up to my niece. One of my nieces was away. And a lady came up to her and I think she might have been on the beach actually, maybe even in Shoreham. Was it you? No. And the lady came up to her and said, I just want you to know that the angels are with you.
I love it.
And
Real
she was
earth angel.
And she really, she just thought this was just wonderful.
Yes, yeah. That's to me. That's how they are, because not everybody believes.
No,
you
of
know?
course not.
And sometimes they just need to, show that they really are here.
I suppose perhaps some people might say that there's a scientific reasoning behind this,
Yes.
and that perhaps you, as somebody who's a very empathic person, has a sense of people, and somebody who's always had to be aware of other people. You have an awareness of all the people around you at all times as a protective thing, and perhaps you needed to develop that.
Yes.
And perhaps you have this empathic awareness of other people, and maybe you sensed. I mean, I'm just putting out a scientific reason. It could be, and you sensed that woman needed help.
Yeah. But I mean, I just didn't know. I didn't have a clue. I didn't know how. The wonderful thing is, and I love this because this shows me that it's not me. Because I always say to them, please don't let any of me come out in this.
Yeah.
Because it shouldn't be that way.
No.
And so when I do card readings or I get messages and things like that, I couldn't tell you what the card reading was. I did one yesterday.
No.
I can't remember what was said. It's not necessary for me to know.
No.
I've done what I was supposed to do for them.
So you're a person who's very outward giving.
I like to think so. I would like to be. Yes.
Is that a value of yours, that
Yes.
kindness and generosity?
Yeah. Oh, gosh, yes. I think kindness is so important. There's not enough in the world. And I just think if we can show one person kindness, then you've won. You're doing well.
Yeah.
You know, because I get people speaking to me about my books and saying, how many books have you sold? How much money have you made? All this. I haven't got a clue. I mean, don't become an author because you're not going to get rich. But it was never about that. It was always, I wanted to help. That's what's etched on my heart.
This is very meaningful for you.
Yes.
It's fully weighted in meaning.
Yes.
And your values. And I think that sort of idea of creativity and having a voice, because writing is having a voice.
Definitely.
And kind of reaching other people and helping others and helping people to have the support and the self-belief that you weren't able to find until later.
Yeah, that's it. Well, I mean, with the Comfort for Your Heart book, it's been described, and I just think this is so beautiful, as a warm hug in a book.
A warm hug! Isn't that gorgeous?
It's so lovely. But the funny thing is, I do find it quite difficult to say, people say to me, oh, why haven't you mentioned that? Why haven't you said that about, how well you're doing? And I find that bit quite tricky because all my life, again, you see it comes and it does haunt you. You don't have an opinion and you certainly never say anything good about yourself. That is a complete no-no.
Do you think that's a generational thing? Because things are quite different now, aren't they?
They are, yes. I think probably yes. So I do find that quite hard. But I'm getting better. But I can't bear the thought that I could ever be boastful. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because there's nothing really to boast about. But it's just, I just want people to enjoy my books, for the children to know that there's something in the book, and for anybody that picks up one of my spiritual books to just find some form of comfort. Because for me, that's what I've been given. I've been given comfort. And so to share it is so important for me. Yeah.
And what age are the books? What kind of age children?
But the children's, I would say, from 0 through to about 6 or 7.
Yeah. Have you, has your sort of sense of self-identity changed in the time that you've been writing books over just a short period, really? It's just a few years.
Yes.
Has your sort of identity changed, do you think?
Definitely.
How's it changed?
It has changed in the way that I am... I actually like me.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
Do. I actually like me, and I think, you know what, girl, you're not so bad.
And that's I think that's the beauty, that's the magic of doing something that is really meaningful to you.
Yes.
Exploring your creativity, telling yourself that you can do something,
yes.
even if it seems really out of reach today. if you just take one step and you start,
Yes.
in a few weeks it won't be out of reach, and it won't be totally alien to you. It'll be something that you just do.
Yeah. And another thing I've learned too is that I don't need anybody's validation. I just don't anymore. And I mean, I needed it. I needed to know that I was all right. Having people believe in me, you know, my publisher in particular, just knowing that he doesn't even read my books now. He just puts them out for publication.
Wow.
That's how he feels about them.
Yeah.
And I mean, I've had 4 bestsellers. I mean, Comfort for Your Heart was a big step, really. And it was, yes, I'm going to boast quickly here.
Do, please.
It was #1 bestseller on Amazon in America in 3 categories. And my publisher said to me, this is huge. It was women's inspirational spirituality, motivational self-help, death, grief, and spirituality.
Wow.
And I just think, this is me, this little old me, you know, I've done this.
Yeah.
I've achieved this.
Yeah.
Yeah, well done you. Now for the next one.
I tell you what, it's actually amazing. So you're already thinking about the next one?
Oh, yes. I've been given 120 quotes so far, because it's going to be a quote for every day.
That's
so it's
beautiful.
365.
I can't wait to get it. All right, so just a couple of final questions. So what's something totally ordinary that really inspires you?
Totally ordinary that really inspires me?
Yes.
I'll tell you what does inspire me, and that's being out in nature. I live near a river.
Oh, lovely.
So being by the river, because I see energy.
Oh, wow.
So I see energy on the water sometimes. I'm also a tree hugger. So me and the trees have quite good hugs and chats.
Yeah.
Something I suppose, that's it really.
And finally, one last question. What advice would you give to either to your younger self or to anybody out there who's looking for a more meaningful and inspired way of living?
Right. Well, my advice would be, and please listen to this, start to believe in yourself. Look inwards rather than outwards for outer validation. You don't need it. Find something within yourself that you can trust and believe in, and work from there. And know that you are, no matter who you are, what you've been through, what life deals with you, you are worthy.
Yeah.
And I don't care who it is. You have something inside of you that is worthwhile. And all you've got to do is dig a little. Some people might have to dig deeper, but dig in there, find it, and bring it out. Blossom and fly.
Oh, I love that. Blossom and fly. Well, Lila-Ann Gray, Granny Lila, I just want to say thank you so much for such a wonderful, inspiring chat.
Thank you for having
more
me.
than an interview, it's a chat.
It's been lovely. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.